Here's what nobody tells you about building a Shopify store that actually converts. 90% of store owners fail because of this one key mistake. Consumer psychology is one of the main reasons why your brand is stuck doing 3K per month, if that. And I'm about to show you exactly why. And yes, we are going to get into the Shopify interface where I'll actually show you guys exactly how to take your store's product page to 10K a month. But first, there are a few things that we need to understand. You see, most people jump straight into picking themes and colors. But here's the crazy part. Your store's success doesn't have anything to do with fancy designs. And so let me explain. You see, I've analyzed over 100 successful Shopify stores and I found something wild. The stores that are actually making six figures aren't using expensive custom themes. Instead, they all follow this simple psychological blueprint. First, they use what's called color psychology anchoring. They pick just 2 colors that trigger specific buying emotions. One store switched from using 5 colors to just 2 and their conversion rate jumped 47%. But here's what's even crazier. They completely ignore fancy fonts. Instead, they use what's called readability optimization. One store switched their fancy script font to a simple sans serif and saw their mobile sales double overnight. The real secret? These stores follow a proven 3-part layout formula. Trust signals from above the fold, social proof in the middle, and risk reversal at checkout. Okay, so now we've covered the basics, but let's get into the actual product page on Shopify. But first, I want to let you guys know that I teach everything you guys are seeing here today, plus more, inside of my community where my students are actually building out their entire Shopify stores using my exact blueprint to go from 0 to 10K in the next 30 days. And I could easily charge $3,000 for the entire package, but I personally actually want to ensure your success, which is why I'm not charging $3,000. I'm not even charging $1,000. Right now, you guys get the entire course on how to build out your Shopify store plus one-on-one coaching from me for just $147. It's a one-time payment and then you can have everything forever. If you're interested in joining the community and getting tailored help specifically for your brand, I'll leave a link in the description for you to go and check it out. All right, now on to Shopify. All right, let's get into actually configuring our product page. Now, I have gone ahead off camera and simply added the sections that we are going to need to actually create a converting product page. This is the page on your website that you need to spend the most amount of time on because it's where people are going to be the most. So we need to make sure that it's optimized for conversion. So let's take you guys a little bit throughout the product page just to show you guys a very, very rough copy of what the website is. So here is your product information. So as you can see, this is this section, okay? What I have here is I've added this. So this is called an icon or icons with text, and I'll show you how to add it in a second, but I haven't done anything else. We'll be changing a lot of this around just to make it fit a little bit better. Then I've added some collapsible content. So these are basically just rows where you can add headings here and then information below that can be collapsible by your customers. Then we have our first bit of custom code. Do not get worried. I will leave you the code that I have used in the notes for this module. Scrolling down, we have a simple image with text, and this is already configured by Shopify. It's just a plug and play sort of thing. And then we have the last bit of custom code. Again, I'll leave it all for you guys and you guys will know exactly how to update it and change it. And that is it. Okay, and we're gonna add some other tools using two of the apps that we downloaded earlier. First thing, we need to update this product information because it does not look good right now. What I'm noticing right now is I'm looking at this title and the typography and I don't really like it. So all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to the settings and I'm going to look for a better font because I think that's too basic. I don't really like it. So I'm going to change it. We're gonna select that. Bodani Moda. So we're gonna do it for both of them. Now we can go back and what we're gonna do is we're going to go into the buy buttons and you're going to uncheck dynamic checkout buttons. So now they can select this and they can just go add to cart and it'll automatically add it to cart. So we're gonna click on product information up here. And what I want you guys to do is I want you to look for here, mobile layout, and under hide thumbnails, select show thumbnails. What this is gonna do is it's just gonna show these options down here so people actually see that you have more photos and they can go ahead and click on them. Because again, images are what's going to drive a lot of your product information, especially because people don't really want to read. Other than that, let's keep moving on. Now, what I like to do typically is under the title, I like to go in and I'm going to, so what I did there was I just hovered in between two sections and I clicked on add block. Then I'm gonna go over to app and I'm going to do star rating. All right, so we are going to do the rest of the product page. But before we do the product page, let's do something about this header because it looks hideous right now. So logo position, we're gonna keep in the middle left. We're gonna keep it center. The menu, we're going to add the main menu. So as you can see now, if we hit this this hamburger icon in the top left, you're gonna see home, shop all, moisturizers, oils, FAQ, contact. So next thing for header, I don't like how big it is, okay? So I'm gonna decrease the bottom padding and I'm gonna decrease the top padding and I'll decrease it to 0 because I don't need it to be super big. Now, another thing is your color scheme. So we've already talked about this. Now I'm gonna leave the header in white, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go out and I'm going to add a section and it's going to be your announcement bar. Now, you're gonna move your announcement bar up to the top and your announcement bar is going to be where you list all your promos. So I'm going to make my scheme this. I like this scheme. And I'm going to change the text. Now, how do you change the text? You go to this section and there you go. And I'm gonna do free shipping on all orders over $50. And that will be that for the announcement section and the announcement bar. So as you can see, it's slowly coming together. So that's the header and announcement bar section. You don't need anything else in this section. There's no blocks to add and everything should be as you go. If you want a sticky header, so for those of you guys that don't know what a sticky header is, on scroll up. So as you can see, when we scroll up, you'll see the header pop up there, okay? I'm gonna leave it like that for now, and I'll leave everything else exactly how it is. So that's it, let's get into the rest of this. Okay, so we've done all of this up until right here. Let's get into these icon with text. Now, first off is how do you add this? Well, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to the product information section. We're gonna go right under the description section, and you're gonna hit add block. Now you're gonna scroll all the way down to the bottom or wherever you see it in your your theme customizer, and you're gonna select the one that says icon with text. Now I've already added it, so I don't need to select it again, okay? But we're gonna get ready now to customize this. Now we have a couple options when we're customizing. For starters, you can have it horizontal or you can have it vertical. Now, if we go over to Uddy, they have it as their vertical. So if you wanna have this vertically, you 100% can. I personally like it horizontal. I think it looks very clean. And if you keep the words to a minimum, then you're not really going to have an issue. But if you're going to have more words like Uddy, then you can 100% do this, right? So they have too many words. It wouldn't look good on the horizontal, but I'm not gonna have many words. So play with it however you want. Again, whatever you're going for. I'm not going for certain things like free shipping over $50 or 30-day free returns. I'm gonna be talking about the product in specific here. So for this one, I'm gonna be going 100% natural. I'm just gonna say that. The next one I'm going to select, and you can see they have a bunch of icons that you can choose from. I'm gonna select the heart, and I'm gonna go 0 fillers. And the last one, I'm gonna go for a paw print, and I'm gonna go cruelty cruelty free. And there you go. So instantly you can see how awesome that looks. That is the icon with text. Now we're going to move on to the collapsible content. So we're not going to be adding another block within the product information. Consider that done. You can even close the tab if you want. What we're going to do now is you're going to go all the way to the bottom and you're going to go add a section. Then you're going to click on, where is it here? Collapsible row. As you can see, you're going to click it, you're going to add it, and then you're going to move it right under the product information section. Now, I'm going to remove the title because I don't want a title. I want this to blend in as seamlessly as possible with the product information tab. Now, what we're going to do after, we're going to keep everything the same. This is all perfectly fine. I like to keep it white because, again, we want it to seamlessly integrate with the product information. What I am going to do is I'm going to scroll up to the top and I'm going to reduce the top padding as much as possible, just so it doesn't seem like there's any break in the action. And so what we're going to do here is we're going to add a few sections of important information. And this is, think of this as your product description. First section you're always going to want to do, and I say this as a non-negotiable, it's always going to be your product details section. Now, before we get out of this and we actually start working on each one, I just want you to click this where it's open first row. What this does is it will automatically have the first row open anytime someone comes onto your site. This is important so people can actually see and read your product details, okay? So now that that is done, we're gonna go out and we're gonna go into the first one. But the first one is always gonna be product details. Again, this is something that's right out of Udi's playbook. Product details, as you can see, they have it open. Materials and care, and then shippings and returns. That's what they have. So I'm gonna do product details. One thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna change the icon to none. If you want icons, 100% go ahead and keep it. Okay, so for the actual content, I'm gonna use ChatGPT to help me. Okay, so write me a product detail section for my beef tallow product. Here is some info about it. 3 ingredients. Grass-fed beef tallow, olive oil, and vanilla essential oil. Let's just see, I am targeting people with, I'm targeting women who want natural skincare plus have dry skin. Let me know if you need any more info before we begin. So it's asking what my product name is. We can go ahead and it's just grass-fed beef tallow. So we'll do 1 grass-fed beef tallow. 2, it is whipped for face and body. 3, packaging jar, 4 ounce. 4, you can mention it, but keep it subtle at the same time. Don't go overboard. Awesome. So let's see what it comes up with. Okay, a return to what skin truly understands. Our whipped tallow is crafted with just 3 ingredients: grass-fed beef tallow, cold-pressed olive oil, and a hint of vanilla essential oil to deliver deep, lasting moisture without compromise, rich in nutrients, and naturally compatible with your skin's biology. Okay, so this is getting to a point of like, it's a lot of words and it's a little bit too wordy. So what I'm going to ask it to do is, I want you to write it again. This time, dumb it down a little bit. Make it so a 3rd grader could understand, but at the same time, don't make it sound like we are targeting a third grader. This moisturizer is here to help dry skin feel soft, smooth, and healthy. It melts into your skin, soaks in deeply, and gives long-lasting moisture without anything fake or complicated. Safe for your face, strong enough for your body, and lightly scented with natural vanilla, just enough to make you smile. Awesome. This is absolutely amazing. So we're going to copy and paste this into our description section. So as you can see, this is exactly what we want. This is how it's looking. We have the product details section completely accounted for. So we're gonna move on to the next one. And what I like to do for the next one is going to just be the ingredients tab. So ingredients. And again, I wanna keep them as cohesive as possible. I'm gonna remove all the icons from all of them. And it's going to be super simple. We're gonna keep it as simple as possible. I'm gonna go numbered list. Grass-fed beef tallow, cold pressed olive oil, and vanilla essential oil. And that's it. Now on to the third row. We're gonna make it how to use. Okay, so now we have 3 sections. Again, we're gonna go shipping info. We could 100% do that, so let's just do that. Let's add in some shipping info because people use shipping as a objection as to why they won't buy, so we'll add it right there under the shipping info section. And if you want, you could add another section for specs. So where it's made, how it's made, certain things like that, whatever you want. If you want to add something else, you 100% can. Again, let's see, shipping and returns. So awesome. So I'm just going to add it now. To add it, all you got to do is go to the bottom and just add a collapsible row. And again, we will make it returns. And again, we'll do this and boom. Awesome. So now we have our section for our product details completely done for. We're going to save it. So the next section is going to be your first custom liquid. So let's get into it because it might seem a little daunting, but it's absolutely not. It is ridiculously easy to do. All you're going to do, again, come to the bottom and you're going to look for the section where you see custom liquid and then move it below your collapsible content. Now, once it's there, click into it. You're not going to see anything actually on your Shopify builder yet. Again, that's because nothing is there. What this is a section that allows you to create whatever you want. And because Shopify doesn't have an option for us to have something like this, we're going to actually create it ourselves. But I've actually already done it for you. So as you can see, this is all the code. It looks like a lot, but it's not. Trust me, it's so easy. All you do is copy and paste it. I'll leave it in a PDF in the notes for this section for you guys to go ahead and copy and paste this. But what I want you to understand is that this is essentially a comparison chart, us versus them. I wish Shopify had an option for it, but they don't. So for the time being, we'll have to use something like this. So I already have the code, just copy and paste it. When you copy and paste it, it's going to look exactly like this. Now, us versus them, see how Cecil's skin stands out, Cecil's skin, like all this stuff you need to change. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you guys exactly how to copy this code and change it without having to touch anything within the actual code. So you're just gonna hit copy and I want you to go over to grok.com. We're gonna say something like, I need your help coding a section for my website. I already have the code created. I just need your help adjusting the section to fit my brand. let's say I'm doing it for Udi, okay? My brand's name is Udi. We are a wearable blanket brand, we're a wearable blanket brand with, and let's just see what it gives me. So what I like about Grok is that it will actually open up a new section for code. And after it's done coding it, it will allow you to preview it. So as you can see, us versus them, see how Udi stands out. You can see it says Udi made with premium ultra soft materials, over 200 unique designs. Okay, boom. Okay, so this is super awesome. And if you guys want to copy it, all you have to do is come up here, hit copy content, then you can come back to your website. So what you're going to do is you're going to come here to your custom liquid. You're going to select whatever's in the box, which nothing will be if you haven't added anything in, and you're just going to paste in what you've got from Grok. And you can see this is exactly how it looks. Now, what I also would do is I would also tell it what my color, I would give it the exact color code. I'd say make the green or change the green color to color code, and then obviously paste in your color code. That way you can get that cohesive look and everything can look good on your site. Now I want to do the image with text section. Okay, so we're going to scroll down and here it is. So what I want to do is I really want to look, first I want to look at what Udi has done just so I can get some ideas. So, and we're going to go to the image with text. We're just going to go to the heading for now. We're going to paste all of this in, copy that. Oops, sorry. This is for you. We'll copy it from there. Okay, perfect. Now I'm going to go to the text part and I'm going to just paste that in. So as you can see, something super simple. Dry, tight, irritated skin. This is for you. Our whipped beef tallow sinks in deep. Awesome. Awesome. So the last part of this image with text is the image. And so I'm going to use an image that I've already added, I'm pretty sure. I just want to see what I want to use. And I like this because it shows a before and after image. So as you can see, it will adapt to image, especially if you have the height on adapt to image. You can change it if you want. I like that. Okay, so the next section is our next bit of code. And this is essentially basically another review widget, but it's just in a way that I believe is more visually appealing and easy for customers to see. So what these are going to be are your 3 best reviews. And the reason being is because they're just going to be so prominent and in their face that you want to make sure that these are the absolute best. And again, as always, I'll leave the code in the same document. I'll leave both of them in the same document so you can go ahead and copy and paste it. And again, all you got to do is go into Grok and ask it to change it to your colors. So you can see I've used the secondary color as the background, so that's the brown, and then I've used the green for the stars. And that is majority of this page done. There's really one more thing that we have to do, and that's going to be adding in our product reviews. So we're going to go to the add section. We're going to go over to apps and we're going to add our review widget, and it should reload. And now you can see that here you go, your reviews are here. Now, just before we're done with the product page, I do want to do our footer. So let's go into footer really quick. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to change our scheme, and I'm going to change it to scheme 2. So I like it to be brown, and just so it's a little different from the rest of the page. As you can see, right now, the only thing is this section that we've added here with a little bit about our brand emails, our brand message, excuse me. But I want to add our brand information, but I want to add some sections. So I want to add, first, I want to always have an email sign up. I want to add another section to the actual footer. So we're going to go here and we're going to go add block, and I'm going to add a menu. So it already added the footer menu automatically. That is your product page fully done.